What have you heard coming out of the new Steelers facility, and do you think that a new voice can be the difference in a team moving forward?
I mean, I think it's very similar. I think the vibes are great there. I think you always have to remember the vibes are always good in the off season. That's how things go. But I do think it's good. I think that it's going to be very interesting to watch how this goes because of the history of Pittsburgh and the lack of turnover that there has been in the coaching regime. So anytime there's someone new, especially after 18 years or whatever it was, it is going to be a focal point to see how it goes. And everybody's going to be looking at every single thing in practice and training camp. How are they going to do things when they get to St. Vincent's? How are they going to do all those traditions and things that have been a guarantee for so long? What does that look like now? What does the coaching style look like? How are practices set up? The meetings, obviously, Mike Tomlin's one of the greatest motivators of all time. So just little things all the time. It's going to be very interesting to see how they translate. And then an offensive coach. How does an offensive coach work there with Aaron Rodgers? The history, is that offense going to open up?
We saw your reaction after y'all drafted Jacob Rodriguez. Can you describe how I guess you were feeling in that moment, or your excitement in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I was excited. Anybody that was in the building last year know how much of a fan I was of Jacob. Just watching him from afar and seeing how he kind of just willed Texas Tech to a playoff appearance, man. And shoot, when he got drafted, I had to come up and show support. You know what I mean? And just for another Texas Tech guy to be in the building, it's kind of cool for the school and for myself. And so when he got drafted, man, I felt like I was getting drafted. So it was a good experience.
He's one of a lot of new faces here in the building from the top down, from GM down. Is it a little weird coming back this year?
Yeah, it is. I mean, weird in a good way, though. A lot of new faces, a lot of new coaches, staff members everywhere, a lot of new players. So it kind of feels like being part of a new team. Same jerseys, but kind of a new feel. And that's pretty exciting.
So with all those new faces and new coaches and everything, what was the priority to sort of establish on day one? I know your mind could go all over the place with all the new stuff. What was sort of the goal today to establish right off the bat?
Just good practice habits, man. Like I said, me as one of the leaders on the team, just pushing that standard of, all-out effort every play, doing the little things right, trying to establish that to kind of change the culture around here. And I think you can get that done with a lot of new faces, a lot of young guys coming in, and so I think that's the most important thing.
Talked about leadership, just how important is it for you to keep showing up to work every day, kind of establishing that culture in spite of the contract situation?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I know I need to get better as a player, so that's why I show up. And then, obviously, I never want to give the wrong message to the team or to my teammates. I play with these guys, go to battle with them, and I want them to know that I'm here no matter what, playing the game for the right reasons. And so I show up to work because that's what's required of me.
How confident are you that the Dolphins will do what they say they want to do, which is get an extension done?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? It can go either way, honestly. But for me, I'm just controlling what I can control, play football. I'm blessed to do it, and so I'm going to just keep approaching it that way.
Jordyn, as you get ready for
Say that one time? Yeah, man, A-Chain getting his deal, that's something that needed to happen right away. Probably our best player on the team, just his skill set, and the way he's played for us the last 2 years since I've been here, he earned every bit of that. And so seeing him get that done, I was excited, you know what I mean? Bringing him back, and obviously all the guys that we lost, having him back made me feel a lot better about where we're going in the future.
Jordyn, new head coach, what's your impression on Hafley and just everything that he's kind of trying to build here and, kind of setting the tone as the leader of this franchise right now?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. Been kind of right to the point with his messages. Been very simple and very clear in what he requires of us. And I just like his personality, the way he comes in the building, carries himself, and the way he's kind of structuring practice, kind of easing us into it. Knowing that we got a lot of new guys, and then a new system for us is the older guys, so guys need to learn right now. I think he's been handling it pretty good.
You're kind of going off of that, talking about drafting. What can you tell us about just the standard that he set in the short amount of time?
Yeah, I think just having conversations with him one-on-one, and then obviously the message he's pushed to the team, I think we kind of have like minds in the same standard. Wanting to be a team that works hard, a tough-minded team, a team that's going to finish in the fourth quarter, play through any condition, you know what I mean? I think he shares that mindset. And so that's one of the biggest things that I like about him. Yeah. Right there. Just his ability. I was talking to him yesterday. They kind of moved him all over the place in college. He played safety, he's played nickel, he's played linebacker. He has a great skill set, and it was on display today. And a couple practices that we had last week, just in Indy, you can see his skill set, and it was cool to see him make that play today. And so we're really gonna need him down the stretch of this season. So I'm excited to see what his future looks like.
Jordyn, is there a sense of excitement in general, just having OTAs underway, knowing you guys are getting closer to training camp and just really starting to get the ball rolling and all this?
Yeah, I mean, it's always exciting whenever football is back, you know what I mean? Like, this is what we do. And for me, I just love playing football, you know, until I can't. And so just being here, and then kind of just like a fresh start, like I said, got all these new faces, new system, new everything. I think it's a good thing and kind of a new feel, and so I'm excited to see where we can take it.
Steelers Nation, let me ask you something that sounds crazy at first, but the more you think about it, the more it starts to make football sense. What if the next big move in Pittsburgh is not another edge rusher, not another receiver, but a linebacker in the middle of the defense? What if the Steelers are looking at Jordyn Brooks and seeing the exact kind of tone setter that could change the whole feel of this unit? Because here is the truth. After Pittsburgh committed huge money to Nick Herbig, the conversation around Alex Highsmith's future got louder for a reason. Highsmith is still officially on the roster, still a major part of this defense, but the money math and the long-term roster puzzle have people wondering if the Steelers could eventually move one expensive piece to strengthen the rest of the team. And if that ever happened, Jordyn Brooks is exactly the kind of name that would light this fan base up. And let's be clear, this is not because Brooks is some random linebacker. This is a proven, productive, high-energy defender who's still only 28 and coming off a 2025 season where the Dolphins credited him with 96 solo tackles and 3.5 sacks on his official player page. That kind of presence in the middle matters. That kind of motor matters. That kind of tackling production absolutely matters. And when you imagine Patrick Graham trying to build a faster, more flexible, more aggressive Steelers defense, Brooks starts to look like the type of player who could fit that picture very, very well. Now think about the bigger picture in Pittsburgh. Patrick Queen is under contract now, but the Steelers have clearly shown they are willing to think ahead, pay early, and reshape the roster before a problem becomes a crisis. That is exactly why the Highsmith talk keeps hanging around. Not because Highsmith is not a good player, he absolutely is, but because edge is expensive, and Pittsburgh has already invested heavily there with TJ Watt, Highsmith, and now Herbig all commanding major attention in the structure of the defense. If the Steelers ever decided that moving Highsmith could bring back draft capital and create cap flexibility, then suddenly the idea of bringing in a tackling machine like Jordyn Brooks becomes a lot more interesting. And here is why this rumor has real juice for Steelers fans. Brooks would not arrive as just another body. He would arrive as a statement. He would say this defense wants more violence in the middle, more speed downhill, more urgency between the tackles, more reliability when teams try to attack the second level. Patrick Graham loves moving pieces around, changing looks, and making the defense feel less predictable. Jordyn Brooks gives you a player who can chase, tackle, and bring intensity snap after snap. Pair that kind of linebacker with Pittsburgh's existing stars, and now you're talking about a unit that could look meaner and more complete, not just more expensive. And honestly, that is what makes this rumor so fascinating. It's not really a Jordyn Brooks story by itself. It's a story about identity. Are the Steelers going to keep pouring resources into edge rushers, or are they going to rebalance the defense a little and strengthen the middle? Are they going to keep every expensive piece together, or will they cash in on one premium contract to build something deeper and more versatile? Because if Highsmith were ever moved, Steelers fans would not want a soft replacement plan. They would want a real one, a serious one, a move that tells the league Pittsburgh is not backing up, it's evolving. And Jordyn Brooks feels like that kind of move. So my take is simple. This is still rumor territory, not official business. But if the Steelers ever choose to move Alex Highsmith in a future cap-saving or pick-collecting decision, Jordyn Brooks is exactly the type of linebacker who would make the next step make sense. He's productive, physical, experienced, and still in his prime. Steelers Nation, tell me this. If moving Highsmith helped bring in draft capital and open the door for Pittsburgh to target Jordyn Brooks, would you do it? Or do you keep the edge room exactly the way it is? Drop your take in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe to Steelers Nation Wire.